Hey guys, Jay here and welcome to another video on the channel. In this video, I wanted to take the time to actually review the official Apple Clear case for the iPhone 17 Pro. I definitely have my views on this, so it's worth, in my opinion anyway, sticking around until the end of the video because it may save you some money. There has been a design change this year, and so I wanted to actually give you my review, guys, on this. Let's get it open and check it out. And take a look at it, guys. Obviously quite a big difference in the looks to it compared to previous years. We didn't have this white sort of patch at the back, um, which which we do have this year. And then we have the camera control, which we're sort of used to seeing now. And we have the buttons as usual on here. It is still that sort of hard polycarbonate material. It is quite a rigid material that they make this from. So there's no change to the materials. The materials are the same. We do have that open bottom still there. Let's move the packaging to the side. We're still looking at $49 for this Apple so-called clear case because in my opinion, it's not a fully clear case anymore because of that patch at the back. You can't actually see the back of the phone. It has been covered by this white sort of patch here. But the sides are still clear and the top is still clear and the bottom obviously is still open. Let's bring over the scale and see how much it weighs. Now, Apple cases tend not to weigh too much. And on the scale, we're looking at 30 grams, so it's still really light and minimal. It won't add a lot of bulk to your phone. So if you're looking to keep your phone still nice and light and slim, the Apple Clear case has always been, a good option for that. Now, I have the silver iPhone 17 Pro. And the back of the silver iPhone 17 Pro is actually really similar to the Apple Clear case. Check it out, guys, side by side. They actually look really similar. But it does depend on the lighting you're looking at it in. If you look at it from this angle, they look almost identical. If you look at it more from this angle, I'd say in this lighting, they do look really similar. But if you look at it in sort of normal lighting, natural lighting, this back on the iPhone 17 Pro looks more like a really light gray compared to being a full white, which this is. So there is a slight shade difference. I'd say this is more silver compared to this. But they are really similar, and I think the silver will go nicely with this case. But let's check it out. Let's see how they look together. So installing it, guys, is nice and simple. We do get that MagSafe animation as we do get with nearly all of Apple's official cases. We definitely get them with the tech woven and the silicone cases, and we do get it with the clear case as well. So this is how it actually looks with the silver iPhone 17 Pro. Check that out, guys. I think that actually looks really nice with the silver phone. So it's not bad at all. But I will get to that point very soon. The buttons are really nice this year. They have improved them a lot. That's one positive I must mention with this Apple Clear case, and that is a big feature for me anyway. The buttons actually work really nicely. We still get that. They are nice and clicky. I must add that as well. I'll bring it to the mic, guys. Just listen to this sound. So as you could probably hear there, they were nice and clicky and nice and tactile. They're actually really easy to press. And in previous years, the buttons have been really poor on the Apple Clear case. So I like that they've introduced sort of a new design to the buttons, and they actually are a pleasure to press. We do get that camera control there, guys, and let's just test that out. So yeah, nice and easy to use, nice and seamless. It works really nicely indeed. And they've done a great job with their camera control as well. That bottom is still open there, guys. So if you had security concerns in the past in terms of dropping your phone, damaging your phone, they're getting scratches on the bottom of your phone, you still have that this year. Some people prefer that because it allows you to put in more third-party cables, which may be on the thicker side, to fit them in nice and easily. And also to swipe up on your phone easily without any sort of lip there to interfere with the swiping up to open your phone. So some people like that, and that's fine. I don't have too much of a problem with that. I think I can look past that feature there. And but my sort of problem with this Apple Clear case this year is the patch at the back, is this area here on the back where, they call it a clear case, but in my opinion, it's not a true clear case, just because it is covering up the back of the phone. You can't see the Apple logo on the phone. You get the Apple logo on this patch here, and you can't see the color of the phone apart from the sides and the camera plateau. I much prefer a design like the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case where they've got the MagSafe ring there, and you can actually see the back of the phone. So I would have liked it if they had given us this design. I get why they've done it, because Apple introduced MagSafe, and MagSafe is, in probably Apple's opinion, MagSafe is incomplete without this full ring there, and they don't want to introduce this sort of gap in their MagSafe ring. I believe that's why they've done it. That's my opinion on things, and it's probably because they don't want issues with maybe a wallet on the back not being as secure, with this gap there, and it's incomplete MagSafe. I think Apple are seeing it that way, that if they introduce a gap there, it's somehow seen as incomplete MagSafe, and Apple can't give us incomplete MagSafe because they introduced MagSafe. So I think that's why they've done it, and they've given us this patch on the back in order to make it sort of complete, a complete MagSafe ring there, without that sort of that gap there, which third-party case manufacturers have given us, in order not to block the Apple logo there. So I do get why they've introduced this, but it's the way that they've designed the iPhone this year. So guys, the Apple logo is now basically at the same place as where the Apple logo is on the clear case. And if they had introduced this ring here in order to keep that Apple logo from not being covered up, they would have had to introduce a ring just like this, and they don't want to do that because they want the full MagSafe ring there without the gap there. And because of that, we've got a case like this, which doesn't look like a true clear case in my opinion. I'd much rather prefer a case like this. And I know what you guys are going to say. This is a Spigen Ultra Hybrid case, and this type of case is going to probably yellow over time from the sides. Even though they do try to introduce anti-yellowing material, generally I hear from a lot of people, and from my own experience as well, this does yellow, especially from the sides over time. Whereas the Apple Clear case generally doesn't yellow, and if it does yellow, it will take a lot longer to yellow. So from my experience, this doesn't yellow. So that's one advantage of having the Apple Clear case. However, I just can't get past having this patch and covering up the back of your phone, especially if you have, like, the cosmic orange phone here. You're not going to see much of the orange on the back plate there, and that kind of defeats the purpose of having a clear case, because with the clear case you want to see the back of your phone. You don't just want to see the sides and the top of it. You want to actually see the back of it as well. So that's just my opinion, and I think they've there wasn't really any other way around it. They could have introduced something like the Spigen design, but obviously, as I mentioned, they don't want that incomplete MagSafe ring on the back. All of this can be solved by moving the Apple logo back to where it was before, somewhere in the middle here, and that would be in the middle of the MagSafe ring, and then they could introduce the same design as last year. And then I think that would be obviously definitely a way around it. So you never know, in the next few generations of the iPhone Pro series, we may see the Apple logo moving back to where it was before, and then they can reintroduce that clear case of old. And if they keep the buttons just like this, really nice clicky buttons, I think that would be a really, really good case, and a case which I would recommend to a lot of people. I don't recommend it the way it is here unless you really do like this design, and to be fair, it does go actually quite nicely with the silver iPhone 17 Pro, because the back of the phone is really similar to how this looks anyway. It's a slightly darker shade, I would say. It is more of a light shade of grey compared to this fully white, but still there's not much of a difference, and it still goes pretty nicely with the silver. But if you have the cosmic orange or the deep blue, this is not going to look that good, in my opinion. Not as good as something like this design would with your phone. So just something to keep in mind. I've named the video something like "Why Apple," and I don't know why, but I don't agree with why they've done it, and I think they should move the Apple logo on the actual Pro series higher again, so it's in the middle of that MagSafe ring, and then they can take this patch away and bring back the MagSafe ring. And I think that would be a better design for the Apple Clear case. I like that they've improved the buttons, and we still get some decent protection. Like if you look at the screen lip there, it's still really decent, even with my screen protector in place. So you'd have no problems popping your phone down on a table like that. And then in terms of the camera lip there, the camera lip is good too. And just keep in mind, this is fully open. So if you want to protect your camera plateau, this is a good option, the Spigen Ultra Hybrid. And this is like half the price of this case, maybe even less. So I definitely would recommend probably the Ultra Hybrid case over this one. If yellowing is a big factor for you, then maybe stick with this if you can get over that design on the back. But the Ultra Hybrid is a really good choice in my opinion if you're looking for a clear case. And ESR make one as well, which is pretty good as well. But I think you still have the same issue with the yellowing on the ESR case as well. So there are pros and cons to different clear cases, but in my opinion, this is not a true clear case because of that white sort of patch on the back. I much prefer a fully clear case, even with that MagSafe ring. And I don't mind an incomplete MagSafe ring on the back, as long as I can see the back of the phone, the Apple logo there as well. It's not so much the Apple logo, but it is obviously the back of the phone. And obviously we don't want to cover up the Apple logo because that wouldn't look good either. So yeah, I don't mind this incomplete MagSafe ring here, but I just don't want to see this white patch on the back instead of seeing the actual color of the phone, the back of the phone there, because that kind of defeats the purpose of having a clear case. That's my opinion on this, guys. I wouldn't actually recommend this clear case unless you like the look of it. I personally wouldn't probably run this case myself on my 17 Pro. I much prefer the Ultra Hybrid case at the moment anyway. Obviously my views do change on certain cases, but at the moment I prefer the Ultra Hybrid case over this one because of the reasons I've mentioned in this video. So guys, I hope this helped you. I hope it maybe saved you some money, helped you make a better decision when going for this clear case. It's not the same as previous years. The design has changed. So I thought I'd make this review and give my thoughts on it. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, drop it a like, leave a comment in the comment section below. And if it added a lot of value to you, consider dropping it a super thanks as well. That's a feature which I didn't actually know too much about until someone in my previous video mentioned that I should enable the super thanks. So if you did get some value from this video, consider giving it a super thanks in relation to the value it gave you, and I'd really appreciate that. Thank you for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.